Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're back with PolyZ, and today I'm going to be telling you guys tips and tricks to getting better at the game, or necessarily having better stuff so you can get better at the game. Now, the first thing that I want to show you guys is weapon customization. So if you go to Armory, you see obviously you got attachments and all this. Now, I want to tell you some tips for a lot of guns, because a lot of people like to mess around with it and it just gets bad. So like for my AK, it doesn't have any recoil whatsoever to it, even if I add more, like get rid of it or add more. Like right now, this is my stats for it. So usually what I do for ammo type is I always put overpressure because recoil doesn't really matter since it doesn't really do anything. It increases damage by 25%. So if I press none on this, and then I go to stats, 9,000 damage, and the 30 and 27. But if I press back to overpressure, 11,000 damage, and it isn't even that big of a difference between the two. And even if you go in game, you'll tell the difference isn't even good on recoil because like there is no recoil anyways. So like for guns like this, let me unequip these. So sleight of hand, and fast cycling. Stats: aim speed 56 milliseconds, reload speed 2 seconds and 15 milliseconds, 2.5 seconds. And obviously you want that down, the reload speed. That is way too slow. Even with the reload perk, it's not going to go that fast. So if you notice you need more reload speed or aim speed, go to modifications. Fast cycling, because everything else isn't really worth using. I mean, you could use reflex, but like why? Like why would you do that when there's really not any aiming speed anyway. So 56 milliseconds for this gun. That means I do not need aim speed because I'm already good on it. So I'm going to put fast cycling on to get the rate of fire higher. And then for modification 2, I want to put sleight of hand so that the reload speed is faster. And if I go here, it increased by 1.6 seconds. That is really good. It's about a whole second less, and in game it's very noticeable how faster it is. And for like muzzles, so you have this. I don't know why I have this on. Hold on. Like for some guns, it's not worth using muzzles because recoil doesn't really matter, and some of this doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna figure this out now. Recoil. I'm gonna get. Actually, I'm just gonna keep that on because why not? And usually for mag, unless you have at least 400%, or if you're comfortable with 200%, put on at least extended mag. Because I know these stats are terrible, but you're probably going to need it, especially if you're using a lower ammo gun like the B9. Then it's definitely worth using. And like grip, aim speed, I got that aim speed up just in case, because obviously personally, I really like fast aim and speed. And I didn't put a stock on because all of these are useless. Like, look at that. I don't need that. Especially the fact that I already have really fast reload speed. So, that's how you do guns. Like, you gotta think about the stats. Like, does it have fast aim speed? What's the reload speed? You don't want it too high, because obviously you don't want to aim in, like, slow, like you have, whatever it's called that makes your bones really hurt in your shoulders and your arms. Like you're just aiming it really slow. You want to make sure you have good damage, which is why overpressure is probably the go-to one here. And for most guns in the game, recoil doesn't matter. So if you want to go into a game, test that recoil, see if you need to improve it, and if you do, make it worse using attachments, and it doesn't really make a difference, then you can just feel free to add any attachment you want that affects it because it doesn't really matter. And also you do kind of want to get your fire rate up if you're going to play a harder difficulty. Unless you have max damage with the Halloween pets. Now, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing I want to show you guys is pets. How do you guys get transcendents? How do you get such good pets easy? Well, some people like to just go all the way up to 50 times. Like all the way up. Like for some reason they go to 50 times and they spam open 200. That's not the way. Because you're not even guaranteed a transcendent, and it's like what, 35 million gold? It's a crazy number that you probably wouldn't wanna spend, because you could easily get it another way. The best ways to do it, if you have 20 million or over, use 10 times. It spends like 1.7 mil per use, and it gives good transcendence. I've gotten a lot of transcendence from using this, but if you're more comfortable with your gold, like you're patient, you can use 5 times. 5 times and 10 times are the go-to for transcendence right now. And honestly, it doesn't matter which one you use, because these two are the greatest ones to get transcendence with. And I hope that whoever's watching this video, if you wanted to know how to get transcendence easier, this helps you out, because it honestly helped me out a lot when I was getting my transcendent pets, and hope it helps you out too. Now let's move on to the next thing. Something that a lot of people wanna like do is always spam chat. Anyone wanna play world ending? Anybody wanna do world ending? Anybody wanna do purgatory? Anybody wanna do judgment? Well, if you're having trouble getting a group, and you really want to play with people, but you just seemingly can't get into a group of people in-game, or it's taking too long, in the Discord server, there is a channel called Let's Play. If you're not in the Discord, or if you are but you don't know this, there's a channel called Let's Play and a channel called Let's Play Roles. If you go to Let's Play Roles, not rules, roles, you can claim a role depending on the, like, you can grab everyone if you want, but if you want to play easy, grab the easy mode role. Medium, hard, nightmare, apocalypse, world ending, pandemonium, judgment, purgatory, and Armageddon. All of them have their own roles. Then you can go to the Let's Play channel, ping the role, and in the same message, say you're looking for a group. If you want, specify the amount of number of players you need, and also, if you want, explain if it's a gold grind, casual play, or whatever you want. That helps out a lot of players, and if you are looking for a group, there's always a ton of people in that channel looking for groups, or looking to be in a group. So I hope this helps you out, and I hope that it can help people build more groups easier. And yeah, that's that tip. Now let's move on to the last tip. Now the last tip for the video, this is going to be multi-parted. So basically, if you're having trouble, right? If you're having trouble on like servers like Judgment, 5.5 times rewards. That is crazy. I love that. But if you're having too much trouble on Judgment and you are like, oh man, this is hard, what am I supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is, don't be afraid to, go down a difficulty. This is a big problem in the game for some reason. You see, the difference, 5.5 times and 5 times. This is like 10 times easier than Judgment. You're not losing anything. You're not slacking. If you're having trouble in Judgment, you're actually getting more gold switching to Pandemonium than anything. And just because you're that level, like if you reach 150 and you're having trouble on it, that doesn't mean your level doesn't mean you're skilled enough to do it. That just means that you've been playing the game enough to actually get the level. So if you need to, go back down to difficulty. Everybody needs to at a point in them. I had to do that. Everybody's had to do that. Don't be afraid to. If you need to, then do it. It'll help you a lot. And now I'm gonna go in game and show you guys a couple, just a couple things I can do. Now, for grinding in game, a lot of people have different ways. A lot of people think differently. But my way of getting gold, specifically in prototype, is I just sit in spawn in either that corner, or this corner. And basically, I just sit here for 20 rounds, and I just rack up gold. And I'll basically record that. I just took damage on round 1, that's crazy. Yeah. I'm hoping that this is helpful and some people can get gold a little faster. So I hope this video has really helped out some people, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be making more of these once I have more knowledge on certain things. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and bye. Thank you all.